It's Monday, November 15th, 2021. I'm Jonathan Lau, and this is 5 Minutes of Proof, a weekly analysis of the science behind ozone therapy. We're going to take a look at an article entitled Ozone in Medicine, the Low-Dose Ozone Concept, and its basic biochemical mechanisms of action in chronic inflammatory diseases. It was introduced into the International Journal of Molecular Sciences in July of 2021, and it comes to us from both Germany and Cuba. They teamed up to produce this paper. And I'm excited about this because it really presents the mechanism of action of ozone therapy in a slightly different way than we've seen before. And I was intrigued by it. I think there's a lot of validity to what they're talking about and how they are viewing ozone therapy as working. And then, so what they do is they'll walk us through some of that, and then they'll use rheumatoid arthritis as a case in point for this theory and this mechanism of action. So we're going to do a two-part series. I'm not going to get through the entire study today, but let's get started and take a look at what we have here. So, in the abstract, we see low-dose ozone acts as a bioregulator in chronic inflammatory diseases, biochemically characterized by high oxidative stress and a blocked regulation. During systematic applications, ozone, and this is what I have highlighted, peroxides, or ozonides, are able to replace H2O2, or hydrogen peroxide, in its specific function of regulation, restore redox signaling, and improve the antioxidant capacity. So that's a really cool thing that they're showing, is that the ozonides actually replace the hydrogen peroxide in upregulating the antioxidants and also in redox signaling. So we'll take a look at how that works and what they are proposing here. Here we will show that medical ozone at low concentration and dosages in the form of ozone peroxides replace the biological redox and immune regulation of hydrogen peroxide. This is of special interest in chronic inflammatory diseases with high oxidative stress, antioxidant deficiency, and immune imbalance, a condition in which biological regulation is largely disrupted. And I think this is important, and we're going to get through just a little bit here. Long-lasting disturbances, chronic stress, a multitude of different disturbance factors at various points of our biological network leave lesions within single or multiple dynamic biochemical equilibria that can no longer be compensated and block the biological repair mechanisms. This mostly leads to chronic diseases. And then down below, in a biological system that can still be regulated, this role is incumbent on hydrogen peroxide, which is one of the most important oxidative bioregulators at biological concentrations. When and if the H2O2 concentration is too high, regulation is blocked and degenerative processes begin, as in the case of chronic inflammatory diseases, which really includes a host of diseases. So they show here how that would be working as a biological system modifier. We're going to keep going. So what do all these diseases have in common? They all have one phenomenon: high oxidative stress, measured as ROS, reactive oxygen species, and a suppressed antioxidant capacity, as well as an immune imbalance or disbalance. They show here major auto and rectal insufflation supplies and talk a little bit about that. This is a helpful chart that you can take a look at later or on your own leisure. This study is free. It's one of those that you can just go look up and you can download the whole study. They give a little bit of recommendations as far as concentration and dose of ozone and what it means to have low dose ozone. And I'm not going to focus on that. And then they'll jump into mechanisms of action and go through all of that and talk a little bit about it. When we talk about that, and we'll get into this next time, we're going to look at two ways of doing that: an indirect reaction and a direct reaction. Direct would be an external application. Indirect would be a systemic application. But that's for next time. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next week.